this is going to be a very big rally or whatever you want to call it. I said, I'd like to give you 10,000 National Guard or soldiers. They rejected me. Nancy Pelosi rejected me. It was just 2 weeks ago. Her daughter has a tape of her saying she is fully responsible for what happened.
The majority of us believe in freedom and equality. But these extremists, as they say, they're not like us.
The silent majority is too damn silent. They doing too much. Everybody's doing too damn much. Stop. Stop all of that. Stop going on the Call Me Daddy podcast and putting Meg Thee Stallion on the damn stage and doing all this thing like that. Stop it. Stop. Right now. I have had enough, and enough of us have had enough. Just stop. Just stop. I feel insulted, and I feel like somebody at a Diddy. Wow. You serious? This what we doing? Up. If they break it down and start doing the splits. Oh, I definitely can't have that audio on. Hold on, this is YouTube. Hold on. It's kind of creepy though, I ain't gonna lie. It is a little creepy. Yeah, that is definitely a little creepy to me.
What does viability mean? The fact is that a newborn born at term is still fully reliant on a parent of some form in order to survive. So there really isn't a point in time continuum where the baby can survive outside the womb.
I'm not telling anybody how to think. I'm just telling people how I think. For me, it either is or it ain't. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing about a certain number of weeks and all, it's confusing to me because I don't know. I just know when I did what I did on the other end, that was all I had to do. And now I have grandchildren. So I didn't do anything other than that first thing that I did. A life came after that. So for me, it is at the point of conception because that's all I did. I didn't have to come back and dump off every week to like feed the baby infant. I mean, I did dump off. Anyway, the point is I didn't have to dump off for the baby to, you know. Bill Burr, comedian, he said this great joke.
Pro-choice always made sense to me because I don't like people telling me what to do. And I was just like, it's your body. Who the fuck am I to tell you what to do with your body? So that always made sense. All right? However, I still think you're killing a baby. It's not a baby yet. That's what they say. I tell you, my gut tells me that doesn't make sense. It's not a baby yet. That would be like if I was making a cake and I poured some batter in a pan and I put it in the oven. And then
5 minutes later, somebody comes, takes the cake out, and throws it across the floor, right? And he comes in and says,
"He just ruined my birthday cake." And then you were like,
he said it wasn't a cake. And he says, it would have been.
You didn't do what you just did. There would have been a cake in 50 minutes. Something happened to that cake, you cake murdering son of a...
It is not our fault that Usher didn't want to get somebody that he don't want.
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, 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 yeah.
The question for me is always, would I do that? Now, I never doubted that with like Usher and the dancing types, you know, because they kind of move like strippers. So, I would assume they got to be into a little something. Just my assumption. Sorry. Don't mean to offend anybody who's a stripper or not a stripper that can dance like one, okay? I'm just saying that Usher's persona is like a male stripper, you know, shirt off, the whole thing, he's moving the jive. You know what he's doing? He be doing his thing. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, Well, Jack, you were right, unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. We apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Piers Morgan shouldn't have backed down like that. He should have just been as simple as, look, she was on the show. That's what she said. I'd love to have you on the show if you would like to refute what she said. Same as Shannon Sharp did when he brought Cat Williams on to talk about the things that other people had said. So, Piers Morgan, you kind of punked out on that one. I think Piers Morgan is soft anyway, but I watch the show. It's entertaining sometimes.
$784 male-shaped toys. Do you have any idea what that looks like? Well, I'm going to show you because that's apparently how many of those they pulled out of the raid, no pun intended, on Diddy's house, where they also found 1,000 bottles of lubricant.
Y'all not gonna believe what these Negroes just tried with me. Screaming it from the highest rooftop. And they always say, well, that one person came out with their story. It made me feel empowered. And Diddy had 750 dildos. And then somebody says, well, hold on a second. It's not illegal to have an inordinate, weird amount of dildos in your house. So it's definitely weird, but it's not against the law. So why do we care? I don't really want to know who has how many dildos in their house. Now that they got your kids thinking that D-level work is acceptable, they flip everything over to, now we're going to do it on the merits. Now your kids are classed out, unqualified for anything beyond regular work. They think they're excelling. If that's not the biggest mind twist right there, they think they're doing fine. We know that they're not doing fine. Can't even get them to see that they're not doing fine. Hindsight is 20/20. Bring back chores. Remember that? Remember chores? Remember waking up on a Saturday and you couldn't even touch the TV before you did whatever your chore was? Bring back discipline. I don't mean physical discipline. I mean discipline, timing, routine. That's how people win in this world. People can say what they want about Trump, but let's just be honest. This fool was not a politician before he was the president. Like, he went from like regular dude, not regular, but you know what I'm saying, with no military background, married 8,000 times, and went straight to president. You can tell me that he's not the nicest guy in the world, but I, for no reason, would believe that an idiot could do that. But now looking back on it, I appreciate that they made me work for that allowance. I appreciate that they made me go get a job before I started driver's ed to teach me some responsibility so I could put some gas in this car I think I'm gonna drive. These concepts are simple. My parents weren't rich. They weren't dropping a car on me on a sweet 16. But they did give me the means to get my own vehicle. They did say, hey, go here, get a job. Who wants to work? Nobody really wants to work, but you got to. You got to work on something that earns something. Look at basketball players who are great players, LeBrons, the Kobe's, the Michael Jordan. Every last one of them is going to tell you hard work, dedication, discipline. None of that shit is done at 64%. So if we tell these kids that 64% is A-level work, we're screwing them up. And then when we realize that they've got that idea and we don't put a foot in it, we screw them up even more. You are allowed forgiveness for the mistakes that you don't know you make. But once you are brought into the blind spot and you can say, oh man, I wasn't supposed to do that. You then have an opportunity and now a responsibility to go handle it. And it's going to be uncomfortable. The grandparents, they don't even want to tell the kids no. You raised me and I turned out okay. So if you tell my kid no, who am I to come behind and say, no, you don't get to talk to my kid like that. My mother wasn't like that with my grandmother because that generation was different. What they stood for, what they allowed was different. And so my folks took a different approach to it. And it became a mixed approach. Some people started doing too damn much. And some people were actually abusing their children. Sorry, I had to take this energy drink and get some cheeks later. Yo.
And it's a cat caller. I'm currently identifying as a cat. Fair enough. The information here on the tag, I'm assuming belongs to you, the boyfriend. Forgive me if I came to a conclusion that you guys are involved in some sort of a homosexual arrangement.
I'm not mad that you think we're together, but you're using gendered language. Besides, I'm not his boyfriend, I'm his owner.
Okay. Well, look, we can do this the hard way if you like. I can have this car towed because last I checked, a cat is not licensed to operate a motor vehicle in the state of California. We can have animal control come get you, take you to a shelter where your owner can retrieve you for a fee of $70 after you're given the necessary immunizations, which do include a rabies shot, possibly even spayed or neuter, whichever you prefer or identify with. Is that what you guys want to do here?
Don't nobody need to be identifying as something that they're not. If you ain't that, then you ain't that. Just be something else. Or be what... See, I'm about to get in trouble. But you can't speak on these things. Nobody can have a real conversation without, you're this and you're that. I still don't understand it. I can't have a phobia of something I don't even understand. Beyonce concert that didn't happen at the Kamala Harris rally.
Everybody believes things that the person who's involved in it doesn't say. You know, why is that a thing now?
I never saw any footage of this woman saying she was performing there. I saw the media assume some things, and there was an insider close to the situation said, well, now everybody's mad at her, but she never said she was doing that. What the hell?
And did you hear that Minister Farrakhan just signed on as the spokesman for Oscar Mayer brand chicharrones?
Oh my God.
Hey, is that believable? Well, because if somebody else said that somebody else did a thing, all of a sudden you start believing it?
Time out. I was looking in your optic stems while you were saying it like, really?
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
Sorry.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out.
But until
then, nope.
Nope.
A nope.
Nope.
A nope. A nope. Definitely nope. A nope. Nope. A nope. Probably never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. Oh no.
Joining us now.
So, I hope you guys have had enough of this
Fight for free speech is a matter of victory or death for America and for the survival of Western civilization itself. When I am president, this whole rotten system of censorship and information control will be ripped out of the system at large. There won't be anything left.
Damn.
By restoring free speech, we'll begin to reclaim our democracy and save our nation. Thank you, and God bless America.
Why are we having emotional breakdowns and crying over Puerto Rico jokes, crying over garbage jokes, crying. Everybody's crying. Stop crying. We got work to do. That's what they're missing. That's what people gravitated on. Look, let's get some done. We over here just crying. Every time somebody says a word you don't like, you crying. Everybody crying. Stop crying. Stop. You on this side or this side. Like Cat Williams said, it's God's side and the other side. I've lost some friends. I didn't say nothing. I didn't tell nobody who to vote for nothing. I didn't say nothing. All I did was ask questions. People got on me because I wasn't just jumping in line with what they saying. Nobody's on TikTok. Yeah. Well, I guess we're live again. Hopefully this thing is sending out the proper notifications here, because there's been a lot of craziness with the stream lately. But welcome once again to another Purge of the BS. Thank y'all for stopping in, everybody that's popped in early. We were trying to get the stream together. Things got a little glitchy, so hopefully from here on we're good. Because I don't want to be interrupted when I'm purging. And y'all know that. Y'all know that. Y'all understand that. Mountain Dew, thank you for stopping in the chat, man. This gong is for you. Waiting on my mod squad to get here. I apologize for the lateness, guys. It's been a heck of a weekend so far. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. That's what we come for. So I appreciate everybody who has taken some time to help the channel grow. Algorithm's been very strict lately. So every time you share, like, super chat, these are the things that YouTube likes to see, Twitch likes to see, because now we're over on Twitch too. I think we're on TikTok and X today as well. So if you're on any of those forums, thank you for joining in as well. So as we do here at the Purge of the BS, because all BS is subject to be purged, we must give the new viewers and returning viewers our disclaimer. Please stand by.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of another Purge of the BS, sanctioned by the First Amendment. Frustration levels 0 to 100 have been authorized for use during this purge. All weapons are restricted. Government officials have not been granted immunity from the Purge of the BS and shall undoubtedly receive the smoke. Commencing at the sound of the gong, any and all BS, especially unnecessary goofiness, will be purged without consequence. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be available, but they will be busy because they will be watching the Purge of the BS. Blessed be those who have already been victims of some BS. May God be with you all.
I think y'all are ready now. Thank you once again for coming into another Purge of the BS. Let's make sure the algorithm knows we up in here. I see we got the captain of my mod squad, Al, in the chat, ready for the troll patrol in case they stop by. So thank y'all for coming through on a Saturday. I was not necessarily supposed to be on today, but some things happened and time made its way. So here we are. So hopefully this turns into a good one, because I got a couple of things that need to be discussed. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a hell of a week. I've been asking a couple questions in the chats and all this other stuff. And basically, you guys already know what's going on with Shannon Sharp. So we're not gonna get into that today. I'm gonna get into that one tomorrow, in my evening show, because there's a lot still kind of coming out, and I want to put that together properly and have a real discussion about it. But to me, like I said, if the man ain't broke the law, he's just doing some weird stuff. I can't really, can't really take too much time with that. So unless we, sucks that they come for him when they do, but what you gonna do, right? So because things have been so interesting, I'm gonna hit on a political piece early. Only because, you know what? No, I'm not going to start there because y'all be getting too wild in the chat too early. So we're going to start somewhere else. We're going to start with bad pranks. Okay, bad pranks. Let's see what we got here. Bad pranks. So today we're going to get into a couple of bad pranks. I guess pranks that go horribly wrong at some point. So let's see what we got here. What's this first one? Okay, see. So this one is apparently a female YouTuber pranked somebody at a barbershop. So let's see what this is about. All right, let's see what we got here. Hold on, I gotta move this guy over a little bit. Hopefully I don't glitch this thing out if I move it. That's better. All right, so apparently this person in the back is the YouTuber / prankster, and this is our Mark, as we'll call him, who is getting pranked, who apparently doesn't know. So let's see what we got.
I'm just gonna do a little bit back to make here you fade.
Okay. I don't want too much off of it now.
I got you.
Man, it feel like you going deep in my shit.
Oh!
I'm giving you what you asked
look
for.
Out. Hold up. Look, man, look.
What?
Look.
What, bro?
Man, look.
What's up?
Man, what the f you got going on? Look at my motherfucking head, man. Man, look at what the f you talking about.
All right, look, I need you to bag up. You like 3 of me, no bullshit.
What the f
Bro, chill out, bro.
Big boy.
Hey, listen.
Bro.
Stop it.
Bro.
It's a video, bro. It's a video, bro. It's just a video. Damn, bro, I don't think I want to do this shit no more.
Let me tell you what.
I'm just gonna do a
I'm gonna pause for the cause here because this is stressful to me. First of all, people pay way too much money for a haircut to come in there because you want to be pranking somebody for your YouTube content. Sorry, ma'am, but that is some bullshit. Let's start there. Secondarily, this is not the smallest dude in the world. He could have probably ate the woman on the way out. And you don't understand, when you see, especially when you get to a certain age, hair don't grow back the same as when you was young. When you was young, you cut your hair, you go bald, you like shave it bald, it be back in 3 weeks, look like nothing happened. Once you get past a certain age, you go shaving a bald spot, it may not come back, or it might come back a different color like gray. And now you got a gray splotch in your head and you got to decide to either dye the whole thing or just let it all happen. And what the second part that bothers me is these prankster types. They always think when they say it's a video, that's going to change something. It's a prank, bro. Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that I got a bald spot in my head and that someone else deserves some type of punishment for said bald spot. This YouTube prank stuff, I get it, man. But this is the noise pollution right here. See, my review of it is us having fun talking about it. But truth be told, you're playing with your life, ma'am. You are really playing with your life. Just for the sake of what? For some content? What if this big dude would have really hurt somebody? Then he'd be going to jail. And you done got somebody locked up because you want to play games. Nah, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it. I've seen this lady before, or a lady like her, that like walks up to people on the street and be asking them if they want to catch a fade, or like just basically antagonizing folks. One time she got shot at. I saw that. So they need to stop doing it. It's a very dangerous situation. Just for the sake of content, for those that don't know, you don't get a lot of money per view on these forums. I'm gonna be real. Most of the money comes from super chats. If you happen to get a product sponsorship, if you got some clothing that you're selling or some other products that you're getting people to purchase, that's where most of your content creator money comes from. It doesn't come from just views. So if you're putting your life on the line just for the sake of the views themselves, I think that's stupid. I think that's dumb. I think this young lady needs to go find another line of work and stop playing with people before somebody really does end up hurting her. And I don't want to see that happen to her. I think she can do better. She seems like, at least to some degree, she's trying to be creative. But don't create a bad situation for yourself. That's a big dude. I wouldn't have messed with him. That dude is every bit of 380. Look at him. Look at the side of him. He looks like a steer. You understand what I'm saying? And I mean S-T-E-E-R, steer, a freaking bull, a big-ass piece, big-ass cattle in the chair, and this woman is like 5'3", maybe a $120 soaking wet, playing with her life because she got a little security guard over on the other side. Talk about big bro, chill out, this is a video, man. It ain't no, my hair ain't no video, man. My hair gone. So I don't know how much they paying for people to not kick their ass when they do this, but I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit. This is where it needs to, like I said, there's got to be a line to pranks. Pranks are supposed to be funny, and nobody's supposed to get hurt. Like, that's the whole thing. That's what makes it a prank. Or nobody's supposed to be seriously injured. That's why we used to do prank phone calls. Nobody can really get hurt on a phone. But when you're doing stuff like this physically, like Mountain Dew said in the chat, this ain't cool. It's not cool. So you know what? I'm through with this chick. Forget her. I'm through with her. Next story. All right. So there was that, and then there's apparently another bad prank here. I don't even want to know what this says. This says "bad pranky butt" is the headline. Bad pranky butt. So let me screen this one first. Oh, I see where this is going. Okay, so apparently we got it. I don't know if this. I'll let y'all decide if this prank is worse than the first one. So the first one was the prank. She shaved a guy, big old bald spot in his head. So he's going to have to deal with that, whether he goes all the way short or he just walks around looking like he used to have a horn there that was removed. It's up to him. But that's the first prank. The second one apparently happens in the gym. Guys working out. So y'all got to see this. This is, I see what's going on here. In the first shot, it looks great. Watch this. Watch this. Here we go. Yeah, first shot is good. First shot is all right. So apparently this guy's about to bench press these two ladies on this bench press.
You got it, Felipe. Cuidado. Wait, I'm not ready yet.
Oh my God, this motherfucker. Let's go.
Felipe.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Oh no!
Let's go!
No,
that's a fake.
No. First of all, Felipe, you need to be hitting everybody in there with 5 to 10 pound weights right now. That is your job right now, is to start dishing out light weights like Chinese throwing stars at everybody that stood around and watched that happen. That is Felipe's first job. First of all, he's way too comfortable with this. He is way too comfortable with this. Felipe, that man just put his whole crack on your nose, bro. His whole crack was on your nose. That means you are currently still smelling his butt crack. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then somebody films it, and now it's here for clicks. So Felipe will always be known as the guy who got a butt crack on his... I can't show it again. I might have got away with it that first time. I don't think we're supposed to show butt cracks. Well, not male butt cracks. Women can show butt cracks all they want. Apparently. You can show butt cracks in women. Thongs and small bikinis and whatever with the ladies. But nobody wants to see dude butt on dude face. Ugh. No, I'm gonna tell you right now. I would have had to catch that charge. Like whatever charge was gonna come with it, I would have just had to catch it, because the person who has done this has not learned the lesson that is supposed to be presented to them. So I must be the teacher. So that's why there's these small weights. They're like 2.5 pounds, 5 pounds. Those things you can hurl them and they hurt. And you do that, and you take everybody out looking like the last scene of an action movie where the guy puts the guns out on both sides and just starts, go crazy in there. You're entitled to that. I'm just going to say, you're entitled to that. But Felipe didn't do nothing but sit there and smile. Let me see here. Where's Felipe at? Look at him. Is this the face of a man, or do you think this is the face of a man who just had full-blown butt-naked male crack on his nose and mustache area? He probably had a little bit of dingleberry hit his chin too. Just from the angle, he might have, well, maybe not his chin, maybe his forehead. He had dingleberries on his forehead and crumbs on the chin. And this is what his face looks like. My face would not look like this. Honestly, any of my friends who did this, first of all, I probably would have had to go to their funeral, because this would have been the end of something. Something would have ended that day, whether it was their life or the fact that they can walk well. Something would have happened that day. And I'm not about violence, but I am about lesson teaching. There's a lesson to be taught here, and Felipe's not teaching it. So you know what? I'm through with this guy. Felipe's on some bullshit. Forget him. Felipe. All right, Felipe. With your craziness. Felipe. No, that's I don't even want to think about what kind of ramifications or repercussions would have occurred to whomever would have done that to me. The girls would have been in trouble anyway, because I would have thrown them off with the bar, like across that way. They would have hit the ground. They would have been the first ones down, but they would have gone down soft because it was like the spongy floor, right? Then, because I pushed the bar, now I have the bar. I sit up with the bar, right, in hand and turn. And anybody who's within reaching distance is catching that 45-pound bar, swinging around like Keanu Reeves in the damn Matrix, hitting all the agents. That's probably the closest I can give you to my reaction in this situation. You guys might be different, but I know how I move, and that would have been my move. I'd have took that bar and swung it one good time in a big circle, and anybody that caught it deserved it. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway. Like I said, we're not promoting violence. This is lesson teaching. It's different. We're here to empower the community to not continue bullshit. So we have to give them the lessons that need to be learned when they need to be learned. So we got bad pranky butt. We got that. Okay, we got, okay, well, let's go with this one. This says clean cuts is the headline for this one. Let's see what we got. Clean cuts. What the hell? Okay, hold on a second. I wasn't expecting this, but apparently there is some woman preparing her meat in a way that was interesting enough to start a conversation on the internet about meat preparation. So you guys and I will have a quick moment with this young lady. Not sure why they got this other picture of her though. All right, so this is, I don't know what her name is, but it says cook dinner with me as a 25-year-old and SAHM. I don't know what SAHM means, but I would assume that means that she's a at-home, stay-at-home wife. Missing some letters, but whatever. I don't know what the hell that means. I'm just going to get past it. But anyway, she's preparing her meat, and people are talking about the fact that she cleans the meat with dish soap. I didn't know that was a thing. See what we got. All right, right there was the prop. So she puts the Dawn dish soap in the meat. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't normally add Dawn to my ground beef. That's all I'm saying. Not sure if it's a thing that people were doing that I didn't know about, that I'm just now learning about. But I don't normally do this. So we'll let her continue and see what she makes out of this. I don't know. Soap soup or something like that. What's she making anyway? I mean, she's taking some time with the chopping. It looks like she's doing some gourmet stuff. What you doing? Okay, avocado. All right, what we adding in here? You know, I won't even taste the soap. You know what I'm saying? I won't even taste the soap. All this stuff she putting in there. Oh, and she's wrapping it? Oh, come on, man. The presentation is awesome. Why you put your sunglasses on? For the onions? Oh, because the onions make you cry. You got to put your sunglasses on because the onions make you cry. Okay, I get it. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't think you're going to taste the soap. I really, after all this stuff that she's done to this, like even if you taste some soap, you would get past it with all of the other flavors that she's now added to this wonderful meal of lettuce wrapped taco or whatever the hell we want to call this thing. Most people do just add heat to meat, and that's what gets the bacteria off. But I'm just saying, if this woman was to come to your home, you know, not necessarily dressed as she is on the left, just was at the home or you stopped by and she made this meal for you, would you eat it? I would venture to say I would at least take a bite if it was presented to me.
Okay, dinner is done. We have lettuce wraps or lettuce tacos. Let's try them.
Okay, and then we got the dad over here with, he's got a whole situation going on. All right, well, but he doesn't know what has been done. Or maybe he just don't taste it. That's what I'm saying. You add that much stuff to it, then maybe it's not a big deal. So basically, I guess the debate was, is this how you clean meat? Most people said what Al says in the chat, which is we just use the heat to kill the bacteria because that's what we were taught. Most of us humans were taught that, so we just do that. But would this make it non-edible? I would have to venture to say no. I would have ate it. Even if I knew she put soap in it, I would have ate it. I'd have ate worse. You know what I'm saying? I've been in some positions and had to eat worse than that. So, to some degree, I appreciate her trying to sanitize the meat. But I don't understand why the whole OnlyFans picture looking thing is on the other side. Somebody put it up, I guess for the clicks. You know, since they canceled that girl, what was it, Cooking with Kaya or whoever, everybody's been trying to cook now. So that's cool. But truth be told, this guy doesn't look like he's missing too many meals anyway. He's got more belly than she got, you know. But I'm through with this thing. Next. Are we still live? It looks like we're still live. Okay. Oh, we all over the place today. Hey, make sure y'all hit the like button when you come in here. Let YouTube know we're here. They've been bugging lately. All right? People don't even find out about the lives for like an hour. So y'all got to make sure y'all active in the chat and active, whatever active, be active. Be reactive. All right, so we had Clean Cuts was the headline for that one. And our last piece here. Oh, wow, we got a couple more. Oh, yeah, we got some fun. We got some fun coming up. All right, so I guess this one would be a good feeling one as one of our layup lines, our warm-ups here. There was a compilation done of the life of a delivery driver. So anybody who's a delivery driver in my chat, I guess this is supposed to highlight the strength and wonderfulness of your job. Let's take a look.
Shut you little fucking shit!
Oh! Yo, y'all, first of all, I done see like at least 3 dogs already. I think this is going to be a bunch of dogs just messing with delivery people. Now, there was a buck that jumped across in the other shot. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine walking up on a porch and a freaking 500-pound buck comes jumping across like that. That was wild. But let's see what else they got. For my delivery drivers, we love you and we appreciate your service.
Chuck Norris! I knew it! Oh
Oh, he cleared that fence. Oh!
Oh my god. No. No. Oh god.
Cactus on the butt.
Nice jump, dude!
Have to slow down. I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry.
Believe I got. Oh, yep, that was my shin. Oh, I slipped on the black eye. Oh, I gotta lay down, Lord. Oh, Lord, have mercy upon me. Let me get the hell on up out of here. Oh, man. Made me dropping people packages. I promise you I ain't no bad worker. I think I'm at the wrong house. Yeah!
Oh! All right, that was pretty funny. I'll give them that. That was good. Whoever did that, appreciate you for highlighting the strength and wonderfulness of our delivery workers and the struggles that they go through when people have lovely pets just running around outside, but behind fences. The pets were normally behind a fence, except for 1 or 2 of them that came running out the door. But yeah, that's. I had a friend of mine. He's a delivery person. He hurt himself pretty bad because somebody's dog chased him. He had to jump a fence. and like dislocated his shoulder or something like that. So I know that these are not staged acts. This really happens to them. So folks, get your dogs, because Amazon has stuff to deliver, and you know you ordered that shit. You know good and well you ordered something. Get the dog out the front yard, okay? That's all I'm saying. But I'm through with this shit. All right, let's see what else we got. Like I said, we got a bunch of them. A lot been stacking up. We've been having some fun. All right, what's this about? That's a news story. Oh. All right, I guess we're getting into some news. What do we have here? All right, so you guys remember...
A Florida bill.
Remember a couple months ago we were having some issues with people flying drones around and scaring the populace? Well, in Florida, they have decided to basically tell people to shoot them down, okay? So we're going to listen to this interesting little news story about what Florida has now asked the people to do. And Snapple, I want my money for that promo I just gave you by sipping your little beverage. That is the watermelon lemonade, by the way. That's for light-skinned black people. It's watermelon, but it's also lemonade. So it's kind of, light-skinned and stereotypical at the same time. All right? So nonetheless, Florida bill takes aim at surveillance drones. So I think that was supposed to be a pun, because apparently they told people, shoot them down. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, the TikTok joint is not working well. I will say that. TikTok is glitchy as hell. Maybe it's my phone. I don't know. TikTok one is not working well. I'm gonna have to come at that from another angle. But it looks like YouTube is doing okay, and X might be doing okay. But TikTok one is not doing it. So anyway, Florida bill takes aim at surveillance drones. Let's see what they talk about.
Is taking a stand against spy drones. If it's passed, homeowners will be able to use, quote, reasonable force to take down drones hovering over their private property. Let's bring in Brett Velikovich, Fox News contributor, drone expert, and former Army Special Operations soldier. So I guess the question is, Brett, in dealing with a drone that someone feels is invading their private property or invading their personal space, what constitutes, quote, reasonable force?
Well, that's difficult to tell. I think one of the larger problems, John, is that we currently can't even identify or classify properly what's in our airspace enough to understand what we even be shooting at. Right. So if you spot a drone flying over your property, do you know if that drone is being flown by law enforcement? Is it China spying on us, or is it a threat from our adversaries, or is it just some clueless and careless kid flying in areas that they shouldn't be?
All right. All things that can be shot down. Everything he just listed is all stuff that I would happily shoot down. OK, I'm gonna let him go through the list again. He's like, we don't know if it's this. We don't know if it's this. OK, that's fine. But all the things he listed, I would be perfectly fine with the person shooting that down. Let's see what else.
And identify or classify properly what's in our airspace enough to understand what we even be shooting at. Right. So if you spot a drone flying over your property, do you know if that drone is being flown by law enforcement? Is it China spying on us, or is it a threat from our adversaries, or is it just some clueless and careless kid flying in areas that they shouldn't be? The FAA right now, they've been working on a system called remote ID to require anyone flying a drone to have electronic trackers similar to what planes have, but they've taken countless years and endless amounts of taxpayer money to get this done. And really, the FAA is to blame here for why state lawmakers, states like Florida, have to take this on, because they simply haven't done a good job of helping the public identify and classify what's flying above this. When you look at the sky and you see a plane, you don't immediately think that's a threat. You trust, if it's flying over you, that it's allowed to be there. But we can't trust right now that that drone is flying over our backyard and spying on us. It could be spying on us. And the fact is, civilians citizens taking matters into their own hands and shooting down a drone flying over top of them, no matter what it's doing, is currently a federal crime. And we've seen many situations where people have been arrested for shooting down drones. Last year, a Florida man, for instance, was arrested for shooting down a Walmart delivery drone in his neighborhood. Another man in Long Island, he shot down a drone that was being used for search and rescue operations. So
they got Walmart delivery drones in Florida? Damn. Talk about losing jobs. You can't even, you got a drone dropping off the Walmart, dropping off the groceries? I haven't seen that one yet, actual drone drop off, but that's pretty cool. But it's only cool because of the technology, not the fact that that's somebody's job that's now gone. But they count it in the jobs report. That's what I was telling you about. These jobs exist, but they don't all have to have human people doing them. So they'll be like, we created 10,000 jobs, but those are actually jobs that AI is doing. It's not even people's jobs. It's funny as hell. All right, let's see what else. So far, I feel I'm with it. Shoot them down. You come flying over my backyard, you're hovering over my stuff. I reserve the right. My property goes up into perpetual space. So from the property line around the house, straight up into perpetual space. So if you are flying low enough that I can see you straight up from my house in perpetual space, and I view you as a possible threat, not a Southwest Airlines plane coming across, but one of these drones, oh yeah, take them down, okay? I'm with you, Florida, on that one. Shoot them. Then people will stop doing that and trying to scare the people, man. I had people thinking UFOs was all over the
this
place.
is an issue we need to take seriously, and the federal laws need to change fast to adapt to this modern technology.
Yeah, we just have a few seconds left here, but there does seem to be a looming battle between the state of Florida and the FAA. Here's what the FAA said. It's illegal, as you pointed out, under federal law to shoot at an aircraft. A private citizen shooting at any aircraft, including unmanned aircraft, poses a significant safety hazard. Not to mention the fact that what goes up must come down. And if somebody shoots at a drone, eventually the bullet's going to come down somewhere. And there's plenty of incidents in this country's history of people being killed by bullets falling out of the sky.
You're exactly right. But look, there are more registered drones in the U.S. than there are commercial fixed-wing aircraft, hundreds of thousands of them. Yet we've put very little government resources to properly regulate that. We've got very basic and archaic laws in place. So I don't blame private, owners of property to want to know what's flying above them and take matters into their own hands. We've just got to identify what's up there better. And maybe we need to start using more electronic warfare systems to identify and stop these drones before they're a real threat.
All right, we will see where this Florida law goes. Thank you for breaking it down for us, Brett.
All right. So I don't know who's left in the chat, but what do y'all think? Shoot them down or leave them alone? I think we shoot them down. If you hovering over my property, there's no reason for you to be there other than to be shot down. But the guy does make a good point about if you're shooting stuff up in the air, it does come back. And may come back and harm somebody. So there's also that danger as well. But if there's no regulation and something's over your property, I guess it's kind of a stand your ground type of thing at that point. You don't know what they're looking at. They could be peeking at your wife or something. Who knows? So we'll see. But yeah, I'm with it. Florida, shoot it down. Shoot them down. If the FAA doesn't want to regulate it, then the people have to regulate it themselves by saying don't be hovering over people's property that you don't know. Now, granted, some of those drones might be like Google Earth drones and they're actually mapping the ground. That would suck to be shooting them down. But hey, you might want to let the neighborhood know that you're flying your drone over today so people don't trip out and think it's a UFO or a Chinese spy plane. Okay? Nonetheless, do with that. All right, so. Geez, we got a whole list today. So we got that. We got the drone. We got this guy. Okay. Oh, we got a person crashing out. We got one more crash out here before we get to our stuff. Let's see what we got.
Yo, get the fuck out, bro.
Okay, this is a Planet Fitness guy crashing out on a customer. So don't know if you guys have been to Planet Fitness. I actually like Planet Fitness. If you go to the right ones, it's normally pretty clean. The staff is normally pretty nice. They got a lot of machines and stuff. And the monthly fee isn't too bad for what you get, to be honest with you. Planet Fitness is probably best bang for your buck as far as, they used to be 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. That was pretty cool. You go there at 3 in the morning and all that kind of stuff. They changed that now. A lot of them closed down at 11 and stuff like that. But back in the day, for $10 a month, you could go at any time of day at any location. Well, no. That was the $20 a month plan where you could go to any location. But you could go any time of day to your home location back then. So anyway, apparently this guy is trying to close the Planet Fitness for the night. And a customer is in there still working out. And he goes to handle the customer still working out. And apparently he doesn't handle it well. So let's see what he does. All right.
Get the fuck out, bro, before I violate you. I'm
coming
not
in a
playing
little
with you,
hot.
bro. Get out, bro. Get the fuck. All right. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to get.
I got you on video.
I don't care what you have. I close my gym early because I have to clean it. If I don't clean it, I get in trouble. I don't care what time we close. What time do I close? I close my gym early because I have to clean it. If I don't clean it, I get in trouble. Get the fuck out, bro.
All right, I will say this is probably the last time you're going to have to clean this joint. This night right here was the last time you got to clean this, because I'm pretty sure this guy got fired.
Get
so
out.
far,
You want to be
he's
so tough,
fired.
put that phone down and do something real tough. Since you want to be a
he's
tough guy.
definitely gotta go.
Get the fuck out, bro. You're done. Get out. And I promise you won't have a membership after this. Bro, I'll take the write-up. I don't care. He already called for police to come. If you guys don't come, I'm going to call the police. Listen, every day we close the gym 45 minutes early so we can clean it. All right, bye. Have a good one.
All right, get back off me. Yeah.
Get the fuck out, bro, before I violate you.
Oh, I didn't even notice in the first shot, he snaps the stopper thing that makes the machine stop. Like if you're on a treadmill or something, there's this red thing you pull, and it stops the whole machine. So he started with that. So he definitely came in a little hot. I don't know, man. I'll say this. This is apparently in New York, and I do love New York. And I understand this kid is trying to go home and he's trying to finish out his workday, but this is not how you do it. This is not the face of good customer service, okay? So for this guy, I'm sure when he got fired, he probably said it was racial. Seems like he might crash out in that direction. So I will pretty much assure him it was not racial. Sir, your attitude is crap. You're a little bit too pumped up to be, trying to deal with customers. And the young lady behind him doesn't say nothing like, yo, calm down or something. She doesn't even care. She knows that the second people see this kid is fired. It's Planet Fitness. They don't need you that bad. Somebody will come work there. Somebody will come clean out the bathrooms. But here's the thing. It's a business. And I've been there sometimes where not Planet Fitness, but like certain businesses, let's say they close at 10, you show up at like 9:50 and the door is locked. Normally they'll have a person at the door to like let you in, but lock it behind you kind of thing. Like they just let a couple more people in. But yeah, I've seen places close a couple minutes early, 10 minutes at the most 15 where there's somebody at the door. But 45 minutes early is a little diabolical. You can get a whole workout in 45 minutes. So if the place closes at 11, this is probably, let's say, 10:15. As the customer, you're not thinking you got to be off the treadmill right now. You're thinking you still got 45 minutes to get the hell out of there. So I don't know. This kid is a crash out. He's worrying about having to clean this gym, and he should be worrying about whether or not he's going to have his job the next day, because I guarantee he got fired. From what I know about Planet Fitness and most businesses, when their employees act out like that, you got to fire him. It looks bad for the company if you don't. And this kid is not worth the company. So, just saying, it is sad because I know he ain't got no job, and he just seems like he might not be the most highly educated to just go slide into another position. Pause. But either way, through with this guy. else we got? What else we got? Let's see here. Oh, we're gonna get to our what is this? What the hell? All right, I gotta go over the stories. So they got some spiritual space cadets. Spiritual space cadets is apparently the next story. Okay. Let's find out what spiritual space cadets is. See what that's about. Oh, so apparently there's some weird looking people. All right, I don't know. It just says spiritual space cadets. Let's just see what they got. All right.